How to be true to yourself. I feel like most people learn from the people around them, and the things that you think are sometimes the things that somebody has told you. So you move off of that thought. And for the conscious, the woke people, you may get this thought, this feeling of, but I want to be myself, because you understand what you just thought, or you understand what you just felt. Alright? I just feel like for the people out there that don't know how to be themselves, I can't really help you on that. All I can do is spit the game that I've taught myself and that God has taught me. But one thing I can tell you to do is to find God. Find God. Because you know what I'm saying? God helps. God helps with everything. Hey, I just bought these mics, by the way. This is my first time ever using these. Tell me how they sound. Let me take this plastic off. Looks cool right there. But I feel like some people become judgmental people because of how they think other people will perceive them. And it's just like how a bully becomes a bully. How we was taught in school. He got bullied, so now he wants to bully people, right? So this person got judged, so now he wants to reciprocate that energy that was brought upon him to judge people. But is that right? Nah, it's not right at all. You should know this. In certain situations, always stick up for yourself, right? I'm not gonna lie, I'm making a video out of nothing right now. You see what I'm doing? I'm making a video out of nothing. We just moved into this new neighborhood, right? And I've been wanting to come to this park. This is my first time at this park. I just set the video up. I taught myself how to be true to myself and to understand myself as every man should. As you grow up, you really have to understand what you're thinking. You can't just be asleep to the fact that your mind is thinking lustful about a woman, because that's weird, right? And we should all know this, even for women. I just read that in the Bible earlier today. Crazy to say. And right now, I really don't know what to talk about, but I'm doing it. Something that all of us could be doing. Something that you could be doing. And all you have to do is take the right steps into doing it. I'm not making this video to be inspirational, to be motivational. Sometimes people just have to poke at themselves, right? Because you don't need anybody else poking at you to tell you to wake up on this certain time, that you have to go somewhere. Maybe you have to go to school. Maybe you have to go to work. Maybe you have to go anywhere. You don't need people to do that. You don't need anything to poke at you to get you to do the things that you need to do. It's your life. You have to live it, right? You have to deal with it. Deal with everything, because this is the gift. Even us living in the United States of America, man. All of these people in this world, all of these unique people. Let me bring that up. God made us unique, bro. Beautiful birds flying outside. Spiders making spider webs like Spider-Man right now. It's real beautiful outside. Just how every state is unique. Like how New York may, I'm not gonna do the New York accent, but how a New Yorker would be talking is different than how a Houstonian would talk. is different than how a person from New Orleans would talk, right? That's normal to them. That's, you know, they're entitled to be themselves because that's where they came from. But for the people that are trying to, they may not know that they're not being themselves, but you aren't being yourself. You may be trying to act hard for the wrong group. You may be trying to prove a point, but why are you trying to prove points that you don't have to make? For the ones that don't have to make those points, you may feel like you have to, but you don't. You have nothing to prove. That's how people lose their life nowadays, especially in Houston, man. You know the law they dropped with Greg Abbott. People walking around concealed carry. Like if somebody walks on the street, excuse my French, but on some BS, and they trying to harm me in a certain way, I have no weapon. I have no gun. I got my hands, right? And because I'm a stick up for myself, right? As y'all should, I can get shot for that. Now is that a point that y'all should prove? But look, back to what I was saying. We're all unique. Where we come from is unique. The hairs on our head is unique. How God made us is unique. Clothes that we wear is unique. The style that we have. I see most of y'all have TikTok styles. My voice just echoed. Some of y'all have TikTok styles. And some of y'all, because it's a trend to dress a certain type of way, then you might dress that way. Now, is that what you want to do? Do you want to dress like everybody else? Or do you want to be true to yourself? Be unique, be different, and be you, right? And maybe the baggy style may be for you. Maybe the tight style for you Atlanta. Hey, nah, cut that part out. Hold up. Tight style for you Atlanta people, right? It may be y'all, right? That may be you. But you see, I'm out here in you see what I'm in right now? In some pajamas with a Jesus hoodie on that my mom gave me. A Jesus hoodie that my mom gave me, and some pajama pants with some slides on. I just be chilling for real. But I do feel like there's always time for growth. Because to be true to yourself takes strength. It takes a sense of understanding yourself. You have to reflect on yourself. You can't just have other people reflect on you. Because if somebody was to come up to you, right, and tell you, you look like a monster. You look like a monster. You look like a vicious Rottweiler, right? The most crazy thing in the world, somebody could say, right? You look like a monster. Are you just gonna settle for that? Are you gonna be like, I look like a monster? I'm not settling for that, man. I'm not settling for that. Neither should you. Because you have the choice. It's you. Nipsey Hussle said, one of his songs actually, would you want somebody to define you or you define yourself? How do you define yourself? Can you find a bunch of words and actually put yourself together? Because you get to choose who you want to be. That's the fun part about life. I could wake up the next day and start, you know what I'm saying, acting wild. I could wake up the next day. I could wake up tomorrow laugh completely different, have completely different looks. And is anybody gonna really care? Who's gonna actually care? Who's gonna go to sleep at night and think about what you did? Because, most of the time when you go to sleep at night, that's whenever you're inside of your mind. If you don't have TikTok on, if you don't have a TV on, that's when you're inside of your mind and you really have to face yourself. People call it battling demons. That's whenever you are doing a self-reflection on what was going on in your life, what was happening in your path. Let me check the video, see if the quality sound good. Hold up. Quality sounds good, but where was I at? Being yourself, man. Be yourself. Can you think, great question I just thought. Can you think about yourself and ask yourself, am I myself? And get a feeling, trust your gut feeling. That's your intuition. We should all be in tune with that. Can you trust your gut feeling on asking yourself, am I myself? Am I truly myself? Alright? If you can, good for you, man. Good for you. Good for you, girl. Right? Whoever's watching this video. I do think we all need to reflect though. Reflecting is the main way that we can truly understand ourselves, that we can truly be true to ourselves, that we can actually understand. Because somebody may be mirroring how you act or mirroring the exact same type of thoughts that you may have, right? And you may not understand that, you may not catch it whenever that happens, but whenever it does happen, you take the time to think, and you may think, oh man, me and this person have similarities. Me and this person are kind of the same, or maybe we could have a good relationship. It all depends on you, man. It all depends on you. And for the people that, are kind of antisocial and don't want to be antisocial, I think you just have to speak more. Speak more. Because I used to be the same way, right? I used to be antisocial as God knows what, right? And, some people may not believe that I used to be really, really antisocial, but you never understand the inside until you're living in that person's shoes. And, I firmly believe that because people judge from the outside, but you really, really do not know what's going on the inside. A person may have a smile on their face and be going insane in their head. And it may not be you going insane in your head, but it may be you living in a fantasy. It may be you, because whenever we meet new people, your mind automatically creates this fantasy, this perception of this person that you meet. And, you can alter that, right? You could think of the person sitting next to you. Oh, she's a really pretty girl, right? And then next thing, oh, she's a really ugly girl. There are no ugly people, God made us all beautiful. That's a fact. Look at the sky. Real beautiful sky. Real beautiful sky. So, you know, all I would tell to you is be yourself. Another thing, people may make rumors on perceptions that they had about you that may not be true. It may not be true at all. But that's what they perceived about you. And that's what they got from maybe talking to you one time, maybe talking to a friend and getting a fake understanding from them just talking to a friend about you, which is gossip, something that none of us should really be doing. But gossip is really what people be talking about the most. For all you gossiping people, it's kind of sad. It really is kind of sad. And that may hurt your pride. That may hurt your feelings. You might, you may have felt that, but it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? I can't put it into any simpler words. I can't, sensitize those words. But most people need to conquer their pride too. Shout out to my dog J. Cole. Pride is the devil. Because pride may make you want to fight somebody, man. You may see a fight as something little, but a fight is really big. That's something that you're gonna remember 20 years in the future. You're gonna remember how bad each of y'all got hurt. You're gonna get hurt, What's worse than getting hurt? Somebody dying or something like that, but being hurt is definitely up there. You can go to jail. And I'm not saying don't fight, pick your path. You know what I'm saying? Pick your path. Because whatever you do, there's always going to be a consequence. Because what goes around comes around. There's always going to be a consequence of everything that you do. It's just that's how life works. That's how the universe works. That's just it. That's just it. It's like how there's, if you see, what are those, dandelions or sunflowers? My bad. Sunflowers over there. Let me zoom in. You see sunflowers over there. Somebody grew those sunflowers. Somebody planted that seed, right? Somebody planted that seed. And now they're beautiful. Now they sit there while the sun is in the background and there's a beautiful cloud above it, right? You just have to plant that seed of eliminating pride. Eliminate pride and then see how life goes. And if you don't want to, do you. I'm not saying you have to do anything I say. Do you. Always do you. I'm telling you to be true to yourself. But there's right and there's wrong. But do you. And if doing you is doing something else, doing something that a group of people does, just be you, man. That's it. That's it. Just be you. Because there could be somebody inside of your group of friends that tries to act like the main character of the friend group, and everybody else looks at this person like, who do they think they are? Everybody has, in every friend group, it's always that one person that's looked at as like a leader of the friend group. There's always that one person. There may be a peacemaker in the friend group. There may be an angry person in the friend group. There may be a shy person in the friend group, the quiet person in the friend group. There's different people in the friend group that are all themselves. But there might be that one person in the friend group that just isn't themselves and is trying to fit in with y'all that you may not know. You may not know. But if you really take the time to look at who you're chilling around, look at who you're hanging around, to look at what you're doing with your friends, the type of things that y'all talk about, the type of things that y'all get together and actually think about, right? You'll see what type of person you are, just to help you, find yourself, right? Find yourself. We're not all supposed to find ourselves really quick. You may find yourself when you're 30. You may find yourself when you're 18. You may find yourself when you're 14, 15, 16, 17. But I believe that you usually find yourself somewhere in your 20s. I'm 18. I'm 18. And I believe that I found myself. But every day, even an old person can say that they've found themselves, but the day after they say that they've found themselves, a new experience arrives. Then what? Life is gonna keep on happening. Whenever you thought that you knew, you may not have really known. Moral of the story, man, be yourself. Because people can see whenever you aren't being yourself. And it just doesn't feel right to not be yourself. If you feel right not being yourself, that's wrong. You're a character. You're a character that really isn't you. Find the true you.